Hello everyone, this is Panaquant and today we're going to research about RCAT stock and why this is a buy recommendation from Panaquant. But before diving more into that, I'm going to call one thing which is I call the top of Kospi, which is South Korean market, and that's on Feb 27th. I said that what happens if you don't have short selling. Kospi was trying to be the mother of SPY. Samsung and memory chip companies are taking advantage of the boom and will sell convertibles and rotate the money. This was what I said on Feb 27th, and then March 1, Iran war also happened. But then I said that South Koreans are the one who are heavily invested, and then the new generation will learn what a generational long trend line collapses, what happens. So I have said Micron, SanDisk, all of these companies are a sell because Goldman Sachs and Two Sigma, if you go and look up their balance sheet, they have already sold the HBM bull run. And just small news, short selling is already banned, and this is going to happen. And similarly now, like you see, like everyone's talking about Kospi. This is talking about minus 8% circuit break happened in South Korea. So never buy the top, you sell the top and you buy at the bottom. So RCAT is similar thing. Today's move, what we saw was a 14 to 16% increase, and then it came down because of the volatility. I said on my post that over here, I think somewhere. So I said do not buying calls due to volatility. So this is a volatile stock. You never know what can happen, but mostly I see more than 90% that's upside. Similarly, if you see their price point and their market cap is still very low and it's slowly growing. Why they have out of all their drones, why this is the most important one? Because of the catalyst. So they have 8 catalysts coming in. One is Operation F Big Fury, that is US Israel jointly launching operation against Iran. Another thing is the Chinese drone manufacturing. US has banned that. China already has way over advantage with their different military based drones, and DJI, you have seen that like everyone in US uses that. So China is already way above in their supply chain on drone market. They have a $1 trillion defense budget. Like US this time passed the biggest defense budget in 10 years. Today we saw a massive increase because of an Asian ally asking US to give as many of these drones possible. So that's why we see that. And then their Allen control systems is also very integrated for drone warfare. 2x ETF is being launched. So 2x ETF mostly launches when something is viral, right? Like that's why we see that 2x ETF was launched. EU, why I'm bringing that? Because NATO has already approved the buying of this. So Black Widow is a drone which is sold by RCAT, and their earnings is March 30. So it's just right there. So I feel there is a lot of things that can go in the positive side. So I see like $20 or more than that within no time. I will talk more in terms of levels of support later. This is the boring part. But in terms of why RCAT than the other drone players, there are many very good drone players, right? Like RCAT is there, KTOS is there, ONDS is there, AeroVironment is there. But why I said this is the very strongest buy, because the Analyst targets, they are like plus 63% I see an upside with the current price. So, and the estimated revenue, so like the largest revenue increase among these companies percentage wise is for RCAT. So that's another thing. And still the market cap is less, but they are slowly growing into a very large market cap. Still a lot of work to do. Why it has an alpha above AVAV and KTOS? Because just look at how much the Valkyrie costs. It costs around like $2 to $4 million, but otherwise the current RCAT price is the Black Widow price is just $40,000. So this is very cheap, and that's what what is their sweet spot. So you see that RCAT has 1 billion market cap and KTOS has 15 billion market cap. So it's already KTOS and all or AVAV, they're already very matured, and this is a small player. Any order buying in from any of the different countries within NATO, RCAT is going to fly. That's how its market cap is going to increase. And it is at Pentagon's sweet spot. Hegseth, like the Secretary of War. So he wants cheap, fast, and expendable drones. And if you see a Black Widow, so this is what Black Widow looks like, right? This is very small drones. So this is what Black Widow looks like. And this is what it can track. So these are very fast, very efficient. You can use them at your convenience. So the other thing is that they have a cash fortress, $1 billion market cap, more than $200 million in cash. So that's why like they have zero dilution. They have a lot of cash already to make different drones. And the revenue inflection point is basically from 3.2 million, they ramped up to 125 million. That's a very solid growth. That's more than 10 times their growth. So I would say that this is very, very good to buy. So Operation Epic Fury changes everything. Why? So March 1, the strikes has actually begun, and then on March 2, Iran retaliates, right? And then you see that the drone companies, they all started surging, like ONDS, AVAV, RCAT, DPRO, ONDS. All of them were like 10 to 15%. So impact is very high. Sector rotation into defense, oil and energy, that's already going to happen. And this war, because Iran is a very big player, I feel the war is not going to stop soon. There is a lot of things that's going to happen. And RCAT already is announcing partnerships with different leaders, and their Asian lie right now, if you go look into the news, they have already said that for 2026 delivery, and then their LN control systems partnership, that's also a major thing. And what comes next? The next thing is the super cycle. Why do we call that the super cycle? Because with the how much expenditure a company and how much profitability it's going to get. So who has the most money? The government of United States. Who can spend the most money? The government of United States. So where the money flows, money goes from a public fund to a private company, and that's what RCAT is there for. The problem, okay, so the major problem we are going to go into is, so the Shahed drones that Iran has been playing around and busted multiple US they have like different setups, so they have been busting through into it, and these just cost like $20,000, which is very cheap. And a Patriot missile, which they are trying to shoot them down, is 4 million, which is a very costly affair. And US is not like that. Imagine that if there is one drone coming towards them and then they are shooting in 5-6 missiles, that's too expensive. So after 3 days of war, you can already see that interceptors, like there is a lot of news which is going on, right? Like their interceptor stocks are being depleted, and Bloomberg calls it attritional warfare. The math is simple. The US cannot afford $4 million against a 20K drones. So what would be the Pentagon's answer? So they're going to ramp up the RCAT's production, and by hook or crook, they will try to do that, because when the government has some orders, they will have to put the foot on the ground and do that. So I definitely feel that Black Widow is right now at that platform, which has a lot of electric warfare capability. So that's what's happening. And then what is the scenario which we can see is the price target that I'm saying is a $25 price target, which is a 63% upside. And then there is a base and bear case. Bear case is that Iran de-escalates, and that's not going to happen. So similarly, these are the entry zones. Every time you see the stocks falling in these 3 inches, just try to buy it. Have always a risk management plan. Sell it around 9.5. But what are the profit targets? Remember, like whenever you are buying a stock, you should have proper targets that you should be selling in. So around 20. Try to sell 25% of your portfolio, or like $22. Try to sell those. So the major point is around $25. You get it, and you are good to go. So that's my RCAT. Hold this and take it towards 25. Sell it only around that, or 20, 22, whatever is your risk taking capability. I hope you all make money. Thank you so much. Follow me on X. And I have my YouTube channel as well, so you can also follow me on TikTok. I post everywhere. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much, guys.